Let's start with the basics. What gave caveman toothaches in the first place? You might think early humans had perfect teeth because their diets were natural, but the truth, tooth decay has been around for tens of thousands of years. Cavemen didn't eat candy bars or soda, but they did eat sticky fruits, starchy roots, and occasionally honey, all of which fed bacteria in the mouth. Over time, that bacteria created plaque, just like today. And if they didn't clean their teeth and they didn't, it caused cavities, gum disease, and infections. They also cracked teeth often by chewing on bones, shells, or sand-covered meat. Some even used their teeth as tools, gripping objects, or tearing hides, which wore them down. By examining ancient skulls, scientists have found abscesses, worn enamel, and even holes rotted deep into the jawbone. So yes, cavemen had plenty of dental pain. Asterisk, here's the thing, pain is universal, but understanding it is not. Cavemen didn't know about bacteria or nerves. When a tooth ached, it wasn't dental decay. It was probably thought of as a curse, a punishment, or a spirit invading the mouth. Imagine trying to sleep through jaw pain without even having the words to describe it. No concept of cavity, no idea of infection, but what they did have was instinct and maybe even some surprisingly clever remedies. Asterisk, in 2017, archaeologists studying a 14,000-year-old human skull found something shocking. A molar with clear signs of intentional scraping, as if someone had dug out the decay using a tiny, sharp tool made of flint. This may be the oldest known dental surgery in human history. Even more astonishing, in a 7,500-year-old grave in Slovenia, scientists found a tooth that had been filled with beeswax. Yes, beeswax, likely used to seal a cracked or worn tooth and reduce pain. Can you imagine lying back while someone carves into your tooth with a rock? There was no anesthetic, just the pain, the sound of scraping, and maybe the hope that it would stop hurting afterward. This wasn't dental care as we know it, it was desperation mixed with innovation. Asterisk, so what did cavemen do to soothe the pain? Before there were dentists, there were plants, and prehistoric humans were masters of herbal knowledge. Evidence suggests they may have used willow bark, which contains salicin, the natural form of what we now call aspirin, clove-like herbs, which have natural numbing properties, charcoal, to scrub teeth and reduce inflammation, smoke or fire ash, possibly used to disinfect or cauterize wounds. In some tribal cultures still living close to ancient ways, people chew certain tree roots or rub leaves onto gums to dull the pain, and when nothing else worked, they might resort to pulling the tooth out. No clean pliers, no sterile tools, just a sharpened rock, brute force, and perhaps someone strong enough to yank it free. Asterisk, it sounds strange, but yes, early dental tools did exist. Cavemen didn't have toothbrushes, but they may have chewed on frayed sticks or animal hair to clean their teeth. In fact, early humans in Africa and the Middle East were found to use chew sticks made from aromatic trees, which acted as both brush and mouth freshener. They may have used animal sinew to remove meat stuck between teeth, the earliest form of floss, and tools made of bone, flint, or shell were likely used to dig out food, clean debris, or even poke at infected areas. Rudimentary, yes, but not stupid. These people were problem solvers, and pain was a powerful motivator. Asterisk, here's where things get grim. Infected teeth don't just hurt, they can kill. Without antibiotics or surgery, a dental abscess could grow, burst, and let infection into the bloodstream. The result? Fever, delirium, even death. Archaeological digs have uncovered skeletons with massive jaw deformities, holes in the bone from untreated infections, and even teeth broken off at the root. Some survived, the bone healed around the missing tooth, others didn't. The pain likely worsened until it was too much, but still, they lived, they hunted, they raised families, all while enduring this pain. Asterisk, so what can we learn from these ancient dental disasters? First, that oral health has always mattered, even in the Stone Age. Second, that pain doesn't require a textbook to be understood. Our ancestors may not have known about nerves or bacteria, but they knew that a bad tooth could ruin everything. And third, early humans weren't dumb brutes. They experimented, they adapted, they endured. A toothache might seem minor today, but 10,000 years ago, it was a life-threatening event, and sometimes, even an act of courage. Asterisk, the next time you feel a twinge in your tooth and reach for a painkiller or, better yet, visit a dentist, remember this. You are standing on the shoulders of people who suffered, survived, and even drilled their own teeth with stones, just to live another day. Cavemen didn't have clinics, but they had determination, creativity, and a high pain tolerance. That aching tooth, it tells the story of all of us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the ancient world of pain and perseverance, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out our next video, What Did Ancient Kids Do for Fun? Until then, stay curious and brush your teeth.